back. I'm all in my PPE. I'm just going to go over the 1314 Universal, which is a Columbia. It is a double paired instrument. It has two cutting edges. As if you can see here, you have two cutting edges with a round back, continuous, formulating a toe. This instrument is a universal instrument used for super and subgingival calculus. Here you have your lower terminal shank. You have your shank connecting the handle. You have, again, two cutting edge with a face. The face is equal to 90 degrees to the lower shank. This instrument can be used anterior and posterior for super and subgingival calculus. So today we are going to be working on Dexter, going over instrumentation, okay, debridement of the crowns and root surfaces. I want to first talk about adaptation, which means that I am going to be working here on tooth number 8, starting at the midline, adapting the 1/3 side of the tip, okay, inserting below the gingiva at a 0 to 40 degree, which is my closed angulation. Once I am adapted, I am going to open my angulation anywhere from 60 to 80 degrees. Now, as you can see, I have my fulcrum, and I am now ready for activation, implementing a little lateral pressure, okay? And then I am going to activate using a wrist motion for activation, and I am going to go towards my distal line angle and roll it into proximally. Okay, again, remember you can use this supra. And here, as you can see, that I am doing overlapping strokes, short strokes, okay? And this is how it would look if I was subgingivally coming around the line angle, rolling into proximally. Okay, good. Now, I am going to go here on the posterior. I am going to find the correct working in, making sure that my instrument comes ergonomically correct out of the mouth, inserting into proximally, making sure that my working in is parallel to the long axis of the tooth. And I just want to show you for purposes what happens when you adapt the wrong end. Okay, as you can see here that it is crossed across the tooth, and we only want it to be this way when we're working in the anterior. Okay, here we want to have it across the tooth, okay, starting at the midline. This would be for surfaces away, and this would be for surfaces towards. Okay, now going back to the posterior, again, parallel to the long axis of the tooth, I'm going to work here on number 4, starting at the distal line angle, okay, adapting the 1/3 side of the tip. Then I'm going to have insertion at a 0 to 40 degree. Now I'm going to open up my angulation to 60 to 80 and start my activation, doing overlapping strokes, coming around the distal line angle into the distal interproximal space. Now I'm going to come out of the interproximal and back to the distal line angle, okay, doing the insertion, doing my open angulation, overlapping strokes, short strokes, and I am going to activate, come around the mesial line angle, and roll it into the interproximal. Okay, so that is my instrumentation. This is what you need to do as far as implementing treatment for calculus removal. Now, with this universal instrument, again, it is used supragingivally and subgingivally for medium to heavy calculus. I like to tell my students that this instrument should always be your first line of defense after using your Cavitron, again, because it is universal, and you still have your preferences to use your Gracie's as well. which is also a curette. So I would like to thank you for joining me with instrumentation today. Next, you will be seeing or hearing from me with calculus detection using the ODU/EXD 1112. Thank you and have a great day.